All right, had some success. Grandpa's radial arm saw is up and running. I had this rather thick plywood. It's not the best base, but it cuts. The junk table saw from upstairs is moved down. This is a hospital bed. Came out of the dump. Anyways, it's not particularly happy with this much weight on it. It does go up and down, and I can make it match. Try to get back for the table saw. I can make it match the table saw, or I can make it match the radial arm saw. It's way too big, but I needed something that I could work and assemble doors on. So it'll definitely work for that. And then I don't know, I'll just put a smaller base on it. Oh, wood racks. I got Shay moved down here. This switch here was shorted out inside, so that's been fixed. And it used to only have that one light bulb, so we have carried it across. It's now got three. That's the old bathroom light bulb. So yeah, this is the Creston auction finds. I ended up with 12 doors, something like that, for like 70 bucks. A couple of them with frames. These are all fir or larch panel doors. These three have the same pattern. This one's fancier, plain hollow core. These are all 2 inches too narrow. They're 30-inch doors, and the house is built for 32s. That seems like it's not that big a deal.
See, Dad, what I mean by it's veneered? You look here in the holes. It goes from a larch to a transition to a pine.
No, but see the grain continues on through. That they just don't veneer in fir and larch. I know it looks the way it looks, but that's because they cut it with a really rough bit. Anyways, it's 32-inch doors openings in the house so that it would be ADA compliant later down the road. It seems like it'd be no big deal for me to add a 1-inch strip on either side of my door casing and then install some of these. Still going to build the main doors of the house out of larch, especially since I have some custom sizes. But sure feels like these would work perfectly fine in closets. And who is going to notice, especially if I paint it, who is really truly going to notice that they are 2 different styles if they're in 2 different rooms, right? So that's my idea, is install as many of these in like closet locations as possible, and then probably sell the rest. This one here is a 32. There's no frame for it. That's a 36 front door. And so you can see I have, yeah, this one's cased, this one's cased, this one's cased. So I have a couple with cases. I think a few of them even swing from side to side, but that's not perfect. Anyways, father-in-law bought them sight unseen for us at Creston, and we went and got them. I can tell you hauling 7 or 12 doors is like strapping down a sack of cats, which is how some of them ended up a little beat up, but yeah, that's nothing to fix. What else we got? This rack is up. It's depressingly full already. We tore down the old starter greenhouse thing, since all the plastic had failed on it. This is the joiner. It was given to us. I didn't know that it had completely torn up the shaft. It is, you can't really see it. Take my word for it. Absolutely shredded, and the pulleys just shatter and ratter all around. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with that one yet. It's not worth fixing. It's missing this end, and somebody has cobbled together so that it's square, but it's an old Craftsman. No, doesn't have a name on it, so it's probably Taiwanese from the 80s. Anyways, that's what we got. That's what we got going. This will be big enough to do what we want for the moment. And the hope is to take those two cabinets out of here. They're both metal shop kind of cabinets anyways, so they don't really have a place in the wood shop. They gotta go out there somewhere, and until I move that entertainment center, which is going to be shoe rack and coat rack and winter hat rack for the front entryway, along with these police station lockers, which need to be touched up or whatnot. Anyways, until there's a floor down, there's no point in bringing them up. So yeah, there again, once more, we're here where it all started, in the original river house. I fixed that door. So the bottom logs are all failing. And this floor floats. It's not really attached to the log shell. So as the bottom logs fail, they sink. The floor itself does not go down. So last year, this door would drag really hard down there. This year, it took 2 men and an elephant, and you could watch the entire wall flex. So I trimmed it off. I can't really jack up the logs. I'm very sure if I start, how do you jack mush, right? So I'm very sure once I start, it will just be a nightmare. But I can't cut this off another time either. Maybe I can find a way to get the floor to sink. Eventually, I'm going to have to yank the bottom two logs out of it. My current thought is to do that and simply frame up a 2x8 or 2x10 stub wall and set the whole thing on that, and then just sheet it with sheet metal. This log you can see here on the bottom on the floor, that one is still okay. Even over there, it's both still okay. It's the one below it that has gone the way of the wild. Anyways, that's where we sit. As far as the train video, the girls showed me their pictures, and their pictures, I take their word for it, that stuff was still moving, sort of. There's definitely dust in the air. It really doesn't show anything particularly more, and I don't know. I don't really want to get them in trouble or anything, since they both work there. So nothing to be gained, and I'd hate for their employer to somehow take umbrage. So there's just really nothing to show on that. So I guess it's done. They got most of it out of the river. Now, originally we were told it was only Coors Light in the river, and that's fine. It could stay there. Turns out half of it is Blue Moon. Oh. I swear, if I had the outboard on our boat, I would have Blue Moon. But it is way too far for me to row. So, swing and a miss. But yeah. Anyways, that's it. that's the updates. It's closing in on 9 o'clock on a school night.
I don't really want to go.
I know you don't want to go home, but it's time to go home. And at least I'm happy. I mean, this room before was like Aladdin's cave, even without these crazy desk lamp things on the floor. So this is a heck of a lot better than it was.
Yeah, and there's no walls.
And there's no walls. Yeah, it's still a heck of a lot better than it was. That one light bulb lit this entire space. Well, that's not true. There was a wall right here. So that one light bulb lit this entire space. That light bulb lit this entire space. And as you can see, that light bulb lights that entire space. So nobody was spending too much money on fixtures. Thanks for watching.